Hi, this is Susan from BakeWithMom.com. Today I'm going to make gluten-free chocolate chip scones. We're going to start with 2 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour. To that I'm going to add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're just going to mix this up together a little bit. We're going to cut in a stick of salted butter. And we're going to use our pastry blender to incorporate it with our flour until it forms into crumbles. Be sure your butter is cold. It's very important that it be cold. Otherwise, it's not going to form the crumbles that you want. I have 1/2 cup of plain yogurt, and to that I'm adding 3/4 cup of milk. And I'm going to mix this together, and then we're going to gradually pour it into our flour mixture until it forms a dough. We may not need all of this yogurt and milk to do that. So we're just going to pour about 1/2 of that in and stir it around with our rubber spatula. As you can see, it's really not enough yet, so I need to pour some more in. I'm also going to stir in 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. I've covered a pastry cloth with some gluten-free flour, and we're going to turn out our dough. As you can see, I did not use all of the yogurt milk, and I still had quite a bit left, about 1/4 cup at least. So I've got it on my pastry cloth. I'm going to get some flour on my hands, and we're going to knead it, which is folding it over and pushing it down 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to pat it. Actually, we're going to cut this into thirds. And we're going to pat each third into a circle that's 1/2 inch thick. We're going to use a floured knife to cut this into 6 pieces. Get the flour on your hands. We're going to put it on an ungreased baking sheet. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees while you're cutting the rest of your scones. And be sure and flour your surface again and your hands a little bit. And it's going to be 1/2 inch again. These are going to bake for 10 to 14 minutes. I took 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, and I microwaved them at 30-second intervals until they're nice and smooth, and I squished them to make sure that there weren't any lumps. I'm going to cut the corner off in my plastic bag. And we'll squeeze it